Howdy. I'm busy and Satisfactory and finally finished a fuel generation plant. It's running off of the three little oil wells up in this section of the map here, right outside the white forests. It's so running off of each one of these wells is overclocked to maximum capacity, so 300. This one's 300. That one's actually 600. Just because it's a pure well. These are tier standard. So overclocked, running into 10 of these guys. Each one's doing the alternate heavy oil recipe, which just gives me 4 heavy oil and 2 polymer resin per 3 crude oil. So got 10 of these making 400 oil, residual oil. So going good. And then the polymer resin is getting shipped upstairs via these 2 conveyors. Then I have 8 water lines. Each one's got 600 units of water per minute. And then it'll all go in straight upstairs. I haven't put hypertubes in yet because this isn't the final version of it, but I don't have aluminum sheets yet, so it's all the once I get aluminum sheets, I'll have to come back and redo it to fix this, because this should be different. So, but anyway, so before I get ahead of myself, so these are the heavy oil residues. They're going into 8 different lines. Each one of these lines here has 7 refineries in it that are doing the alternate fuel recipe that takes 1 heavy residue and 2 packaged water and makes 2 packaged fuel. It's an awesome recipe, great for usage. This why I split it up like this is because each 7 of them would be 420. Gives me a little more belt room, and it's closer. Anyway, splitting the lines gives it's 200 to each. That's the evenest split I could do. And then packaging water over here, there's 8 lines. You can find an angle. So, and then each one of these guys here is overclocked. Just to give a little bit extra packaged water going into the system. This little section right here, polymer resin is being processed into fabric. It's not the most efficient recipe, but it uses a lot of polymer resin, which is what I really wanted. And then it's going into a little storage container and a shredder over there. Not perfect, not necessarily the most efficient, but it keeps it stable, it keeps this fuel flowing. And that's the important part. And so these guys keep flowing non-stop, keeps running. Then we come up to the 3rd layer, and this is where the packaged fuel gets unpackaged. And there's 7 of these that are just unpacking the fuel. And then 1 of these 7 is overclocked, just to get a little bit extra fuel production going in, making sure that, always have enough fuel into the system. I was going to color code these guys, but the orange matches the fuel color close enough, and I couldn't think of a different color to put it, so. And then each one of these lines goes into their own fuel system, so there's no mixing or merging, they're just running side by side basically. And then each line runs into 33 fuel generators, and so with 8 lines I've got about 264. Fuel generators, which pretty good. but 264 times 50, almost 40 megawatts just from basically 1200 oil and about 3 times the water. And there we go. It's ugly, very ugly, but considering that the fuel generators take up an absolute bloody amount of space, like they take up about 9 tiles or so. It's because it's literally 2.5 by 2.5. So you can fit 4 per 5x5 space, which is massive. So yeah, this is going to be the goodest, best of the fuel generation is going to be for now. But the real advantage is, I'm going to look at the power here. You have a fuck ton of headroom now. Literally unlimited power for right now. Now, once I get into aluminum sheets and aluminum builds, I will have to come back here and redo the factory a bit. I might redesign it, but for right now, with my little tier 4 conveyors and stuff, it's just the best I can do. And most of it is just an issue of the pipes, the constant conversion between liquid and solid material transfer systems, because pipes are they don't play nice if you don't baby them. So anyway, that's is a glorious system, taking me a very long time to do it, and it's running almost perfectly. So anyway, just had to show it off because, well, it's been for the past 2 days and need to show somebody.